Very interesting find. Evidence that Vikings arrived in Americas and stuns archaeologists and cracks age-old mystery. And you'll see from the map, it's basically a hop, skip, and a jump from Iceland to Greenland, and from Greenland to the area of Newfoundland of North America. But we shouldn't be surprised. In the 6th century AD, there were accounts of Irish monks coming from the British Isles all along that route towards North America. And when the pilgrims got there, they were shocked to find natives there that spoke English, an old form of Old English. So St. Brennan had come with about 30 or 40 monks in order to Christianize the New World. And this happened 6th century AD. That was the time of basically around a couple of 100 years after St. Patrick had Christianized the island of Ireland. Now, the evidence turns previous assertions that the Italian Christopher Columbus was the first foreigner to step foot in the New World. Christopher Columbus set sail for India, but ended up in what we know today as the Americas, or so the old story goes. However, evidence discovered by archaeologists throws that widely accepted tale on its head after several analyses of organic material, suggesting that the Vikings were sailing to North America centuries before. By analyzing wood samples from the Norse settlements in western Greenland, occupied between 1000 and 1400 AD, researchers from the University of Iceland revealed that the Vikings had been importing timber from across the Atlantic, that is, North America, long before it was thought possible. Greenland, as we know, is about, 57,000 residents today. Now, through microscopic analysis of the world's cellular structure, the wood cellular structure, the team identified foreign tree species, including hemlock and jack pine, trees that did not grow in Northern Europe during the second millennium. Hemlock is native to regions like Quebec, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia, while jack pine grows naturally in areas around the Mackenzie River, Nova Scotia, and New England. And this indicates that the wood must have been transported directly from North America, providing physical proof that the Vikings had made contact with the continent and were actively engaged in transatlantic trade. This evidence supports long-held Norse legends and sagas about voyages to a mysterious land called Vinland, believed to be located along the coast of the St. Lawrence River. Such stories have long hinted that Vikings, including famed explorer Leif Erikson, ventured westward to harvest resources, particularly timber, from the lush forested coasts of North America. The findings published in the journal Antiquity states, these discoveries highlight the Norse Greenlanders possessed the skills, knowledge, and seaworthy vessels necessary to cross the Davis Strait to the east coast of North America, continuing this practice throughout the entirety of Norse settlements in Greenland. It suggests that transatlantic voyages were not isolated incidents but part of a sustained effort to gather resources over several centuries. Historical records have shown that the Norse settlers in Greenland, who lived there from 985 to around 1450 AD, heavily depended on imported materials like wood and iron. Greenland's sparse, treeless landscape made local timber scarce, of course, forcing settlers to look elsewhere for materials essential for shipbuilding, construction, and crafting tools, needs that local driftwood and native shrubs, of course, could not fulfill. To understand the scale of this reliance on imported wood, archaeologists collected and analyzed samples from wood assemblages at 4 elite Viking farms and a bishop's manor, sites known to have been active during the peak of the Norse settlement. By studying the wood under microscopes, they identified both the species and likely origins of the timber. Their findings showed that 0.27% of the samples came from non-native species sourced either from Northern Europe or North America. European imports include oak, beech, and Scots pine, which may have arrived as old ship's timbers or as parts of imported goods. Surprisingly, the analysis also revealed that up to a quarter of the wood samples were either imported or consisted of driftwood, and this driftwood, alongside local resources, was primarily used for fuel and domestic tasks, but was not sufficient for larger projects, reinforcing the Vikings' need to import higher quality timber. So this confirms that the Vikings had already forged transatlantic trade routes and maintained contact with North America for far longer than previously believed, and reshaped understanding of their seafaring capabilities. The findings give fresh weight to the ancient sagas describing the daring voyages beyond familiar worlds. They suggest that the North's explorers like Leif Erikson did not just stumble upon new lands, but actively engaged in the systematic exploitation of overseas resources centuries before Columbus' famed journey. This discovery not only deepens researchers' understanding of Vikings exploration, but also highlights their remarkable maritime skills and their ability to sustain long-distance connections across the harsh North Atlantic. It paints a picture of the sophisticated seafaring people whose influence reached much farther than once imagined. And this is on Express UK by Joel Day. Please leave your comments, and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.